Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm your host D-Day, bringing you Let's Play Enigmatica 6 Expert Mode. One thing that's super important to mention is that this pack right now is in pre-alpha phase. But I was assured by one of the pack developers that most of the beginning content is finished. So be sure to smash like to keep the series going and subscribe so that you can find the channel again. And if you're ready, then let's play with D-Day. So the silk moth problem, it's getting worse. And I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to be able to fix this. So one thing that I did in between episodes was I cleaned up a lot of creates. I did all of the regular recipe ones because it's kind of boring to watch, you know, just creating the items when they're not required. One of the ones that had an altered recipe was going to be the flywheel. The mechanical crafting for the furnace engine seems normal. Whoops. But the flywheel has an altered recipe. So that flywheel requires a Carbuncle Charm, which this Carbuncle Shard, it's as easy as right-clicking a wild carbuncle with a gold nugget. You get one of these Carbuncle Shards. But we got them through either loot chests or by getting quest rewards. So we do have a Carbuncle Shard. We'll do that. And I believe I have these guys with me. Yep. And we should be able to make the Carbuncle Charm, which is the only thing that seems kind of difficult. So we only need 5, 3, and 1. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. Oh, that one probably goes in the middle. 3. 1, 2, 3. And then the Carbuncle Shard in the middle. There we go. Yep. I really do like this mod. It's pretty to look at. There's our Carbuncle Charm. It pulled from the source from over here, which I think is really cool. Oh, and I've been growing some grapes. This is one of those silly items where you have to plant the grapes, wait for the tree to grow into this weird bush-looking thing, and then you have to put a fence in between them to be able to grow the grape in between them. So, I put one seed here, one here, one here, and when these 3 grew, I put 2 fence posts in between. Then it needs to grow in between those again. Just in case you're wondering how the simple farming grapes work. We have the Carbuncle Charm, we have brass rods. We have covers as well. I made some covers to cover up the rest of this thing. Since I have everything set for this dude, but we need to set covers for everything else. Like so. Boop. And there's our furnace engine. So we have half the quest done. Now what we can do is we can remove these dudes. 3. We need all of this except for the corners. So the Carbuncle Charm, let's see, it does not go directly in the middle. It goes 1 block under the middle. And the brass casing. The brass rods were pretty simple to make. I ran them through the multi-servo press with the metal press rod mold. You can also cast them out. We have both the rod gold cast as well as the metal press mold. This one was also simple. It's a steel rod with steel plate to make the mold. And it's just plates, unless you run it through the multi-servo press to make the plates. Super simple. We have the brass rods. 1, 2, 3, 4 rods. We can put those in the corners here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We need brass plates to go around the outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then the middle 3 items are going to be Enderium Gears, which I goofed around. I made some Enderium. Enderium has to be made in the induction smelter. It is lead, crushed diamond, and crushed ender pearls. And the crushed diamond and the crushed ender pearls, you just run them through the pulverizer. And then we are going to turn these dudes into gears. Like so. Alright, we're going to speed this up to 32. There's 4 gears. We only need 3. We can knock out the create chapter. And change the color from blue to green. There's our flywheel. Oop. And that's one of my favorite sounds. I love the epic sound for completing a chapter. So now we have... Yep, create has turned green. So we got all of that stuff. Before I let the quest rewards go crazy so that it explodes everywhere, let's just take them into our inventory now. I also set up this temporary thing, making a spout. I used a configurator on basic mechanical pipe to put the lava in here so that I could make ourselves a blaze cake. And then whenever we need to superheat, we can use this blaze cake. I'm just going to leave it there like as if it's on a pedestal. Flywheel and furnace engine. I may or may not make something with the flywheel and the furnace engine. It really all depends on if I see it being worthwhile to make more stress units at this moment. We can drop this off. What we're going to work on today is going to be the combustion chamber from Pneumaticcraft, so that we can start making compressed iron in the combustion chamber instead of blowing it up and then making it superheated and all that. It's a long rabbit hole. This will make it a lot easier for us to make compressed iron. Plus, there's going to be other recipes that require the combustion chamber, or else I would have just skipped it all together. So let's see. Create is good and done. We are in tech, computer science. So this is one part that's kind of confusing. I updated the pack, which removed my slime boots. I'm kind of irked about that, but that's fine. It changed this quest book, but still, it's still a little bit backwards because we're required to make the liquid compressor because air compressors are disabled in the pack. So we need to make the liquid compressor before we make the thermopneumatic processing plant. But to make the liquid process or the liquid compressor, we need hardened integral components, which requires advanced PCB, which requires a logic circuit. This logic circuit requires one of those circuit backplanes that we made in the previous episode. And the circuit backplane requires the thermopneumatic processing plant so that we can make the engineer's blueprint. So I'm guessing either the thermal compressor that we ended up making is the way to go, or the sequenced assembly to make one circuit backplane, but that requires insulating glass, copper plate, and dielectric paste. And the dielectric paste requires arid sand, silicone tar, and it has to be superheated, so we need that blaze cake to make dielectric paste. And silicone is just smelting nether quartz, so probably this way is the way that the pack developer wants us to make the first circuit backplane so that we can make the integral component for the liquid compressor. But since we went thermal with the compression, I actually like the thermal compressor a lot more because we can just farm up magma blocks from the nether instead of making the fuel required for the liquid compressor. But you guys know me, I want to complete it in the quest book. So what we're going to do is we're going to make the liquid compressor because I want to make these hardened integral components anyways. These guys are going to be important for speeding up our machines and other crafts that we're going to come up with. Plus these connectors, the blue ones, are part of the quest book as well. Invar gears, fluid cells, redstone, flux cells. We've made these already. So let's go. We're going to make some blue connectors, which requires uranium, of all things. So let's grab some uranium. We have hoppers. We need blue rock wool specifically. And then 8 blue connectors. Okay. So that's great for the quest. We got the connectors, the hardened integral components. We're missing the advanced PCB, which this dude is crazy. We need to make the logic circuit. The logic circuit requires the engineer's circuit table, so we need to make that. Redstone flux cell, so we're probably going to have to make another redstone flux cell. Because the engineer's circuit table requires that. Marine fabric, prismarine crystals, and let's see, I think we got some, yeah. And 4 makes this marine fabric. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, there we go. And engineer's crafting table, we've made that before. The screwdriver. I don't even know how this tool works, but we have a screwdriver and we'll use that one instead of making a new one. Engineer's crafting table. Engineer's circuit table. So I've actually never used this item before, but I'm hoping it's going to be as simple as the engineer's workbench. And I haven't designated a spot for it yet, so let's just put it here for right now. That is 1 spot. Over. Okay. Operator. Set, not set. Let's see if we can make the logic circuit real quick. This, set. Logic circuit white equals set white. Alright, so we have a logic circuit now. And I believe the rest of the stuff is super easy to craft for this dude. We should make 2. We just straight up make 2 advanced PCBs. Copper wires, RAM chip 8E. Even more of these circuit backplanes. Even more copper wires. We need redstone relays, cobblestone slabs, redstone dust, redstone torch. Let's make a whole bunch of these dudes real quick. Redstone probe. Even more circuit backplanes. Wow. Nice. Okay, 2 redstone probe connectors. That's 1 PCB. We need to make 1 more of the logic circuits real quick, which now we know how to make them. Is that over here? Just surprised that this guy needs power. Alright, so circuit backplane, copper wire, set, logic circuit. There we go. Need to put a crafting table over there as well. So another one of these PCBs, they stack. And what are we missing? We're missing 8 Invar gears, which that's super easy. We should have all of our Invar gears over here. I think I cast them out in advance. Let's see, Invar, yeah. 8 Invar will make us 2 of these dudes. Oh, actually, we still need to make that that flux coil I forgot that I needed for the circuit table. And another one of these. Perfect. So we have 2 of the hardened integral components, which is part of our quest book. I don't remember where, but also we need one to make the liquid compressor. So let's see, we need small fluid tank, we need bellows, which is just tough fabric and treated wood. Compressed iron gears. I have 2 of them already made. Yep. And let's see, we have to make the second bellows, and then that's the map. Liquid compressor. Alright, so we have our liquid compressor. That is what's required for the quest book. And then also, we need one of these buckets, either a bucket of tree oil or a bucket of refined fuel. So I went with the bucket of refined fuel. In between episodes, I went and made a Magmatic Dynamo, because these guys, we have access to them now. The Magmatic Dynamo required the compressed iron. The thermoplate, we made those by running a thermoelectric generator through the multi-servo. Reinforced brick tile was what's holding us back in the compressed iron. So now we can make the Magmatic Dynamo, which can run off of the blazing blood that we have in our Tinker's smeltery. Since we moved the blaze spawner inside of our smeltery, we have an infinite supply of blazing blood for the Magmatic Dynamos. And then I put down one of our flux cells to hold 1,000 or 1,000,000 RF. More universal cable to transfer the power. And then 3 fractioning stills. The middle one gets crude oil, which gets processed into light and heavy oil. The light oil, or the heavy oil, goes to the left. It's configured to input from the right. Heavy oil gets turned into refined fuel and a chance of tar. The light oil goes into the other side, to the other fractioning still, which turns into refined fuel and sulfur dust. So what we need is, let's see, we have a basic fluid tank and I don't have one here. Okay. So let's use the basic fluid tank that I have in my inventory. What we need to find are those pools of oil, which luckily I have one that is directly south of my base. So we'll head over here and show you guys what the oil looks like that we have to find. Over here, while I was scouting this area, I did run into a gigantically oversized zombie that had a special name attached to him. I think it was Dolker or something like that. And he got stuck in a tree after instant killing me with his stinger once. So he got stuck in a tree and I just shot him with a bow until he died. It took like 30 minutes, but I got his reinforced ironclad glowing tacits of tenacity, which they're unbreaking and they have pretty good stats. I like them. Wonderful pants. Thank you, Dolker. But this is what we're looking for, the black oil. So let's go ahead and bucket as much oil as we can. Oh, there's one more down here. Weird. Okay. So there we go. When we have a basic fluid tank, if we shift and scroll wheel, we can turn it bucket mode on and off. And credit where credit's due, Twitch chat. Master TM just taught me something new. Thank you so much. And M Freedom is following. Thank you so much for the follow. That really helps us out. Why are you not letting me? Oh, it's because it's still in bucket mode. Whoops. Still learning. Bucket mode off. There we go. Now we should be able to dump more of this crude oil. Hey. Crude oil 2. Oh, it makes bitumen as well. And oil. And we need 1 bucket, of course. Hey, it's a crow. Came to visit us. Alright, thanks. Okay, so the middle one, the fractionating still takes the crude oil and turns it into bitumen. The heavy and the light oils get moved over. These guys get used up. Why is this dude not moving? With 1,000 light oil, it should be working. It's got power. Because the tar? Why is it getting stuck? Tar can stack. It's the same with this dude? Sulfur can stack. Okay. It's deciding not to, though. Yeah. Problem solved. Yeah. It's because they switch places. Now the light oil is on this side and the heavy oil is on this side. There we go. Alright, so 16 on each. Sulfur, refined fuel, tar and refined fuel, and refined fuel bucket. Nice. And what's cool is the liquid compressor. It comes with a security upgrade inside. I think that's pretty sweet. Whoops. Forgot they come out when you mine it back up. But I think also there's a quest in the quest book that requires us to hold 2 of these dudes, right? Right? Wrong? Maybe so? Where is it? Pneumaticcraft. Oh, first we need to make the pressure chamber, which this episode obviously is about. And then we need to be holding 2 security upgrades. And air compressors are disabled for expert mode. So this part of the quest book's probably going to be totally different. We got a liquid compressor here, but we're working with computer science. The thermo-pneumatic processing plant. I guess we have to mine it up to get credit now. Let's do that. Boop. Alright. Put this guy back in here before I forget and everything explodes. So we have a liquid compressor, but what I'm going to do is I really like these thermal compressors. So we're going to make what the quest book wants us to make. I'm going to make a 3x3 pressure chamber, but we're going to make these guys, of course. So pressure chamber walls is just reinforced bricks. That's no problem. We need to make 2 crafts because they want 22 and it makes 16. Pressure chamber valve requires one of these hardened integral components. That's the reason why I made 2 of them. Pressure chamber wall. Okay. Do I have those in my backpack? I do. And I have 2 of the compressed iron. So let's drop this off. Let's see. We should be able to grab our reinforced stone and make most of this stuff really quick. Putting this guy together, that's going to be a little bit tricky since we need to put air pressure inside of this guy. Let's see. Reinforced bricks. Was it reinforced bricks? For the pressure chamber wall? Yeah, bricks. Alright, so let's make 32. And then we need 1 interface, right? We need 2 valves. No, we need 1 valve. That's where the air pressure is. So does that mean we need 2 interfaces then? That means we need another 2 compressed gears. So we're going to need another interface, 1 for output and 1 for input. There we go. And we got credit for the air compressor. Oh, we need 1 chamber glass. Hardened glass. We can do that. That's no problem. Hardened glass. We'll just make 1. Is it... It's a wall. There we go. Press complete. That gives us the pressure chamber. Cool. Engineer's blueprint. I guess we could pick that up and the engineer's workbench for the quests as well. Because where I want to place it is over here where we're working on Pneumaticraft. Once we start expanding a lot more, I'm going to make dedicated places for all of this stuff. It's just when it comes to heavy equipment like this, it feels like it makes more sense to have it outdoors than inside of a building. Plus, I'm lazy. Pressure chamber wall. We need to make the floor, right? And then each of the corners has to be pressure chamber. So we'll make a tiny boy like this first. We need interface. So let's see. Interface. So I guess we'll go interface in the front. Oh, are these dudes like the ones where you place them and they're backwards? So I'm assuming blue is input, right? and yellow is output. If I shift click, it doesn't turn it, does it? Click and shift click is the same. That is a big ol' F in the chat. Does the middle have to be filled in? Now I'm not sure. Okay, so we need to do what on earth? Okay. We have that one. We have input, output. We need pressure chamber wall. We'll see if we need to fill in the inside. Input, output. I guess we need another wall. And we need the valve. Which I hope this guy is just simple. Yeah. The valve had a security upgrade in it. Nice. It's so convenient. Why did it go sideways? Why? Magneto. Thank you, Magneto. There we go. Cool, yeah. Oh, cool, and it does leave a little bit of room to see, I guess. I am looking in the input. Cool. I like that. And I wanted this guy here so that I can be lazy. Yay. There we go. So this guy, I definitely need the security upgrade back in here because this guy is too expensive to blow up. Let's see, did it give us credit? Yeah. Oh, the air compressor. What now? It auto-completed the air compressor. Okay, that works. I don't have to cheat it in to get credit. Pressure gauge. Tube. We're going to use security upgrades. Liquid compressor, yeah. Vacuum pump is backwards. All right. So the reason why I wanted to do this and be lazy with this guy. So we'll definitely put a security upgrade into the pressure chamber. This dude has a security upgrade in here already. I don't think I've ever had issues like... Since it's max pressure 5 bar on the thermal compressor, and anything over, like the thermal compressor can't compress the thermopneumatic processing plant to a point where it'll explode, so it's safe. We'll just put the security upgrade in there for right now. But I do like the magma blocks, and we can speed this guy up. Make it super fast, and we can switch out. Whoops. There we go. It is going super quick. Two bar. 3 bar. So maybe, yeah. 4 bar. It does eat the magma blocks. 64. We are at almost 5 bar pressure. And 5 bar, yeah. And the security upgrade is venting off. We have 5 bar here. We should have no problems. Cool. Importing items, upgrades. So what we can do is we can make our first compressed iron in the pressure chamber. 2 steel, 2 tar, and an obsidian. And we need 2 bar. So let's try that out real quick. We should be able to place them right here. Steel obsidian? No? Does it have to go in by hopper? In. Let's try hopper. Inputs. Come on, hopper. Okay, it took the steel, but it did not take the obsidian and the tar. Oh, there it goes. Took the obsidian. Is it going to take the tar next? Pressure chamber status. It took it, yeah. Problems. Insufficient air pressure. Add air to the chamber. Okay. So let's test this out, since magma blocks are burning through a little bit too fast. Let's see if I can switch this guy out with the liquid compressor. It's going to go in the back, isn't it? So it goes sideways. It looks like it can pull out the top. Super important. Let's put the security upgrade in real quick. And this guy, are you making? Yeah, you're making air pressure. Cool. Refined fuel. No problems. Yep, it is creating pressure. Refined fuel probably is a better source than magma blocks. 32. We're making air pressure. You have a security upgrade, so when it goes over 5, it'll just spray out. But it is really good on using fuel. That's a plus. But this part, yep. So when it goes over, it doesn't explode because it's got a security upgrade in it. But it will keep burning refined fuel. So once this is, yep. But 1 bucket goes a long way. I'll give it that. Will it auto export? Okay, 4. 64 and 4. This one's open. I don't think I can access. 64 and 16. So it did make everything, all of the compressed iron off of 1 go. And it only needed the 5. No valid items in the chamber. Nice. And I believe the bigger you make this unit, the quicker it will make your items. Piece of scoria. On 856, 855. So no, redstone did not turn it off. Redstone behavior always on. High, low signal. Warnings. Redstone disallows this machine to function. Remove the redstone signal. Since I changed that, will you now let me put it on the unit? No. So it has to be next to the unit. $852. Pressure is a little bit over 3. 852. Pressure is a little bit over 3. Pressure 4. Looks like it does hold the pressure. It doesn't lose pressure when you turn off the machine. So that's good. I do like that a lot better. He's got 5. He's got 5. Nice. So this does work like this with the liquid compressor. So I did change my mind about the liquid compressor. I do like it better now that I understand it. So we can make compressed iron in the combustion chamber now. The Pneumaticraft combustion chamber can make our compressed iron as well as other things. Let's see, the interface, use. Oh, we can do it in block form as well. 2 bars, yep. Turbine blades, ender gates. We can make blue ice. Printed circuit boards in the future. See, it's going to require this sweet spot between 4 and 5. Yeah, and then all of the processors required for refined storage have to be made in the pressure chamber, because we really do want to get refined storage up as fast as possible so that we can put all of our inventory in one place. So this dude, just looking at this dude, the machine casing, we have to put this guy in the pressure chamber. Seared brick, quartz enriched pewter, machine frame, quartz enriched, compressed iron, and nether quartz to make the machine casings. Logic circuits are gonna be simple. Circuit backplanes, treated wood vacuum tubes, unaltered recipes. Slime steel, our tools are made out of slime steel. Quartz enriched, we just went over. Blue network cables we made today. No, we did not. But it is signalum and blue rock wool. And I did notice the patch did change one awesome thing. Let's go induction smelter. Actually, let's go empty bee jar. Use induction smelter. The bee breeding has been changed a little bit last patch. I think this is a great idea. Now to make the bees, we make them in the induction smelter. And we can make them as long as we have the product of the bee before it. This is a really great idea. Empty bee jar, gold honeycomb block, silver honeycomb block makes the electrum bee now instead of doing the block mutations on it. Copper and tin makes bronze. Copper and nickel makes constantan. And I believe, yeah, the one that's most important is the Invar bee, of course. Because now, instead of mutating the Invar bee or breeding the Invar bee, we have to make the nickel bee, the iron bee. We have to let them make enough product to be able to make these 2 blocks in order to make the Invar bee. So we have to have the induction smelter to make the Invar bee now. And the induction smelter, of course, still requires Invar. But Invar in the quest book wants us to gather the Invar by blowing it up. It's explosion crafting. Let's see, is the explosion crafting for the dust? Exploding items, so yeah. Now the quest, Enigmatic 6 Expert requires us to make the first Invar with Phytogrow, nickel, and iron. We need to blow it up with TNT to make enough Invar for the induction smelter. So I think this is a really good idea because it changes it so that you can't make the bees until you've made the product first, which is a really good way of gating the bees, just because the steel bee, I believe, was the one that you could cheese a lot of the quest book or a lot of the pack by making the steel bee before getting steel up and running. And now we need a block of coal coke and a iron honeycomb block. But a block of coal coke, we need to set up immersive engineering, of course, to get this guy to make the steel bee. And if you got coal coke, you can make steel in the blast furnace. After that, it's not that difficult. But I think this route for expert mode with turning the bees, making them in the induction smelter, I think this is a great idea.
Thank you so much for joining me today. Smash like to keep the series going, and click on my dude here to subscribe for more modded Minecraft. If you want to see the full uninterrupted footage, you can go to my channel on Twitch at twitch.tv/ddainicus. The VODs will be saved there.